everybody, welcome back. Today we're diving into ClickUp.
Yes.
We've gotten a ton of questions about it from you listeners.
Yeah, it's a popular one.
It really is. Everyone's talking about it. We're going to take a deep dive today into ClickUp. We're going to figure out what it is, what it does, what's all the hype about, is it worth it? And hopefully by the end of this deep dive, you'll know a little bit more about ClickUp and if it's something that you might want to use.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it's kind of aiming to be this one-stop shop for all things project management.
Oh, I love that. The idea of closing a couple tabs, consolidating some things makes me very happy. So our sources say that it does so much. It does tasks, goals, time management, docs. It's it really is trying to be that all in one. What is it like to actually work that way?
I think one of the biggest benefits is just that reduction in app switching. Right.
Totally.
You're not bouncing around between 5, 6, 7, however many different tools you're using. Right. It's all right there, hopefully streamlined all in one place.
Oh, I love that. You know what else I love? I love when I can save some money.
Right.
And this could potentially replace a bunch of different subscriptions.
Potentially, yeah. That's the hope, right? That it's robust enough that you can consolidate and maybe save a few bucks along the way.
Yes. Okay. So we love that it's all in one. We love that it's supposed to be for everybody, but everyone works differently.
Mm-hmm.
Can it really accommodate all these different work styles?
That's where the customization comes in. And that's a big, big selling point of ClickUp. They really emphasize that it's not a one-size-fits-all. So, for example, you can customize the statuses. So instead of just having to do and done, maybe you have, in review or blocked or, whatever stages your workflow actually goes through, custom fields so you can track the specific data that matters to your projects.
Oh, I love that.
And of course, there's templates, so you can kind of hit the ground running. You don't have to start from scratch every time.
It's like building your dream, workflow.
Exactly, yeah. It's those building blocks. You can kind of snap things together the way that makes sense for you.
I love that. So I love that it's customizable. I think that's super important. But can it keep up with how I'm thinking about a project? I know that I think a lot differently in list form versus visually. Tell me about these different views.
Yeah. So that's another big thing ClickUp really emphasizes are the views. They have a ton of different views. So if you're a list person, you can stick with the traditional list view. They have board view, which is basically Kanban, kind of like virtual sticky notes, which is really popular these days. Yeah. Calendar view, if you're really, schedule oriented and you live and die by the deadlines.
Yep.
Gantt charts for visualizing dependencies between tasks, which is really helpful for complex projects.
Totally.
And they even have timeline views. You can get that big picture of the entire project.
It's like the Swiss Army knife of project management.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about the Gantt chart.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm very visual, so being able to see when things are happening and where the bottlenecks might be, that's really helpful for me to see that kind of laid out. What about you? What's your favorite?
Yeah, I'm more of a Kanban board person myself.
Okay.
I like to see things move through. From to do, doing, done, or, whatever your process is.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we love all of that, but let's be honest. Sometimes project management is kind of a drag.
It can be.
There are tasks that I just dread doing. Can ClickUp help with that?
Yeah. So that's where the automation comes in. This is another big, big filling point for ClickUp, right? Mm-hmm. And it's really about trying to take those manual, tedious tasks off your plate so you can focus on more of the strategic, big picture stuff. So some examples of this. Mm-hmm. You can set it up so that when a task is marked as complete, maybe it automatically, notifies the next person in line, or it updates a spreadsheet somewhere else. There's all sorts of, different things you can do with the automation. But the idea is that it's doing that work for you in the background, so you don't have to think about it.
It's like my dream assistant. I love it.
Right.
It just takes care of all the stuff I don't want to be doing.
Exactly. And it frees up your mental energy, right?
Yes.
You're not bogged down with those tiny little tasks. You can be thinking about the bigger picture.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Last but not least, so much of what we do is collaborative. Mm-hmm. How does ClickUp handle teamwork?
ClickUp really shines in the collaboration department, I think. They have a lot of features that are geared towards making teamwork smoother. You have real-time commenting directly on tasks.
Okay.
Which is great. You can cut down on those chat messages or email threads. Everything's centralized.
Love that.
You've got built-in file sharing. So again, no more like emailing documents back and forth, trying to find the latest version.
Yeah.
It's all right there, accessible to everybody. And then the integrations with other communication tools, so like Slack, Zoom, things like that. You can kind of bring it all together.
So it's not just about convenience, though.
Right.
It's like, how does that actually impact team dynamics?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's really what it comes down to is, when you have that level of transparency and communication, it can really help build trust within a team.
Totally.
It can help avoid those miscommunications. They can really derail a project. And I think ultimately it can just lead to a happier, more productive team.
Yeah, love that. Okay, so as we're wrapping up our ClickUp deep dive here, it seems like the real power of this, it's not about like the specific features, right? It's about working smarter, not harder.
Right.
So for our listeners out there, what's the one thing you could improve in your workflow to maybe be a little bit more efficient, a little more organized? ClickUp could be the answer for you. So try it out, and thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.